Hello. Good evening. How are you, troops? We all right? We all right? Now, I'm a little bit echoey today because my office has just been finished decorated today by the lovely Archie, who most of you won't know. Archie is also the name of my 9-year-old, but it wasn't him the decorating. So we have a new colour scheme. We have, oh no, you can't see. We have turquoise. This is where my desk, this is where I would normally sit. And I have a new carpet, which I am going to change the screen because you need to see this carpet. It's amazing. Look, stripy carpet, black and white stripy carpet. Amazing. I even asked if we could carpet the stairs with the stripy carpet, and we've got they kind of double back on themselves, and the guy said no, it'll make you dizzy and fall down because it would be all weird. So if you're catching me live talking crap about my house, give me a hashtag live, and if you're catching me in replay talking crap about my house, give me a hashtag replay. So I have no notes for you today. I have notes, but they're handwritten notes. So today we're talking about how to reduce tummy size, middle, bloating without your traditional dieting. So before I do that, I've told you about my house. We've got quite a few new ladies joining the EMW Academy group, which is our client group. So we are buzzing for our new girls to start. So if you're watching this, new girl, I'm not going to name you, but if you're watching this, new girl, then can't wait for you to get into the secret circle. And if you are, I've had quite a lot of good chats over the past couple of days with ladies who are not joining, but still good chats all the same, and hopefully much more clarity on what they need to do to move forward to reach their goals. So anyway, we're going to cover off 3 ways to reduce that size of the tum without your dieting. I'm trying to close the window. So the first thing is all about cortisol. Now, cortisol is a stress hormone. So most of you here are probably like late 30s right through to probably mid 60s. I think we've got a few. So there's a lot of hormonal changes in that time frame. So typically from our late 30s through to our mid to late 50s, we go on a little bit of a hormone roller coaster where our sex hormones reduce basically, and our estrogen, progesterone lower down. There are other hormones in our body, cortisol being quite a big one, and that's called stress hormone. So when we have high cortisol, it means that our body isn't doing everything else that it should be, because ultimately when we're stressed, our bodies don't know why we're stressed. So your body can't differentiate whether you're stressed because you've not slept properly for a week or whether you're getting chased by hungry lions. Doesn't know, doesn't have a clue. So basically all it wants to do is try and keep your vital organs working properly, keep your central nervous system working properly. So that means things like your metabolism go to pot, things like hair growth, nails, skin, things that are not life-threatening. It'll just not shut it down, but it will not be a priority. So when you experience periods of high stress, you might find your skin goes to pot. You will find that you don't sleep properly, and that sleep and stress interlink. So lack of sleep is a form of stress, and having too much cortisol can then cause insomnia. So it's a bit of a vicious circle there. You'll find your nails start cracking, skin's alright, hair's a bit of a mess. God, I could be describing myself right now, and I'm not actually stressed. It's just that my skin is alright. And metabolism. So everybody has a metabolism. Metabolism is simply the scenario where your body is burning fat. So you consume calories, which is a unit of energy, and you also burn units of energy. So in and out, essentially. So the speed of your metabolism changes as we age. So again, from late 30s onwards, our metabolism really does slow down, which simply means we need to consume less food, less calories than what we did maybe 5 years ago. So anyway, back to the cortisol. So the trick here is there is no artificial way here to lower in your cortisol. There are some medications, of course. However, we want to look at tackling it at source, first of all. So having a look at what is going on in your life that is causing you stress and trying to alleviate it at the source. So if it's workplace stress, how do you overcome that? If it is relationship stress, how do we overcome that? And very typically, one of the quick ways that us girls try and alleviate the stress is by having a glass or two of wine, and I'm going to come on to that in a little second. So stress is a huge part of our fat loss, and especially when things become more challenging with our hormone changes and our metabolism. So look at your stress levels, even though one thing that is super common, and especially in our client group, so we work with people that are I call them high performers, but ultimately people that have a lot of responsibilities. They're used to tackling different things. It could be career, it could be businesses, it could be family stuff. But we get used to operating at a certain point. So, imagine this is your cortisol baseline, but you're operating here all the time. This becomes your new norm, but from an actual hormone level point of view, it's not optimum. You could be operating with really high cortisol and you think it's okay, but your body's telling you differently. So if you, say for example, you've been doing everything right, your behaviours are right, you're eating in a calorie deficit, you're working out 3 to 5 times a week with intensity, you're getting enough sleep, but the weight's not shifting, have a look at your diary, have a look at how you're managing your stress. Are you taking time to actually deload, do some self-care and whatnot? So relaxation is properly key here. And when you're used to, like, say, you might be used to getting up stupidly early to do a workout, to get the kids ready for school, to go straight into work, to then go straight to school pick up, to dinners, to clubs, to finishing up your own work, to cleaning the house, to doing the iron and all the things. You're not actually taking any time to relax there at all. So you might want to take a look at what is happening and see where you can fit in some proper R&R. And by R&R, I don't mean just sitting on the sofa drinking wine, watching, I don't even know what's on the telly anymore. What isn't the telly anymore? I watched Celebrity Bake Off yesterday, and Scottish Home of the Year for you Scottish ladies, Slight Addiction. Final is tonight, yay. Anyway, so have a look, do some proper R&R. That might be some journaling, it might be some meditation, it might be looking at de-stressing techniques on the interwebs, it might be taking a bath and doing some deep thinking, it could be just taking a walk and listening to the birds. These are all things that we can actually start to de-stress a little bit, decrease our cortisol levels, and then properly chill. So that's number 1. Number 2, you're not going to like it, ladies, alcohol. All right. So I am never going to tell anybody to stop drinking alcohol. It's I would be a complete hypocrite if I was to suggest doing that. So that's not going to happen. But what I would say is that increased alcohol intake in women, or general alcohol intake in women, increases our androgens, which is our male hormones. Now, that can then determine how our body shape is. So if you think about a man's beer belly, and it sits quite high up and it's kind of under the chest, and it sticks out a little bit, that is a result of the impact that alcohol has on our bodies. So for a woman who doesn't have a lot of androgens in comparison to a man, when we start drinking, it increases our androgen level, and then that's where we start storing fat. And the downside of that, even if you're quite happy to have like increased weight around your middle, and I don't actually know anybody that is, even from a health point of view, if you think about, if we are storing fat around our torso, if you think about what is happening underneath all the fat, we've got our liver, we've got our kidneys, we've got our lungs, and we've got our sexual organs as well. We want to have as little visceral fat as possible around there, like having fat around your organs. Not sexy, ladies. Obviously you can't even see it, but from a long-term health point of view, not good at all. So that is one thing that you can consider looking at. And I'm not suggesting that, you go and bin the gin. Don't bin the gin, what a waste of gin. But have a look at your alcohol intake. Is it 1 day a week, 2 days a week, 3 days a week, 4 weeks, 4 days a week? If it's multiple days a week, look at taking one night off and maybe going down to 3 nights a week drinking. Are you having 5 bottles of wine a week? Have a look at just having 4. It's not about stopping. It's about, looking after yourself and how can we make small positive changes. So have a look. Sorry, I know nobody wanted to hear that, but I speak the truth. The final way that we can look at reducing the tummy is fibre. Now, fibre is a micronutrient, and it typically tends to be part of the carb family, but fibre is good. And typically, us girls don't get enough of it. And in fact, general population don't tend to get enough of it as well. But the reason why it's so important even just from an appearance point of view, we get very bloated. A lot of us get very bloated. We don't even realise that we're bloated because we've got used to it over the years. So increase in fibre can actually really improve your digestive health. And to be very crude about it, it's going to make you poop more and poop in a good way. So we're going to be cleansing out the whole colon area, and that's obviously going to reduce in size. So fibre intake, NHS suggests that women should be having about 30 grams of fibre a day. On average, and I'm not even hitting my fibre targets either, on average I'm getting around 18 to 19 grams of fibre a day. So have a look at your overall fibre content. You can normally see fibre on nutritional labels on food, but some quick wins, potatoes with skins on, it's a really good one. And also, fascinating fact about the humble white tatty, and if Clara's watching, she loves a tatty. Humble fact, the white potato is one of the most filling foods that you can have, i.e. keeps you fuller for longer. There you go, white potato. So see, the people that are the keto preachers, we need our carbs, we need our fibre, we need our potatoes. Claire Manning, would you suggest using a fibre supplement? No. If you can get your fibre from your food, that's what you should do, the same as every other intake. So same as protein, if you can get fibre from your food, protein from your food, get it from your food first and foremost. So I would take a hard look at your actual food choices before reverting to a supplement. Yay! Susan is an American lady and she loves tatties too. We've indoctrinated you to the Scotland. So yes, fibre, apples, white potatoes, legumes, beans, lentils, chickpeas, etc., are all very good. And you can tell this normally from the sheer increase in farts. There you go. Interesting. So let me just check my notes. Yeah, so the cleansing out the system's a good one, obviously, but it also helps reduce overall bloating and gets your whole digestive tract back on track and feeling good. The other thing to think about as well is core exercises, but I'm going to be very clear here. When I say core exercises, I do not mean sit-ups. Okay, so core exercises, I mean deep core. So if you think about your core as a can of beans, I love this analogy, a can of beans. Your core is made up of your diaphragm, which is the lid of a can of beans. It is made up of your pelvic floor, which is the bottom of the can of beans. And it is made up of your inner core muscles that support your spine and keep your organs all tucked in. And that is the metal sides of the beans. Now, the bit that you can see, the bit that has abs, is the paper of the can of beans, okay? So essentially, superficial, okay? So abs are not your core. Sit-ups target your abs, not your deep core, Now, here's the thing. So if you tackle your core, it's going to really help with your posture. It's really going to help with your overall body strength. It's going to keep you stabilized, etc. By doing sit-ups, you're only targeting your abs, not your core. Now, what can happen is everybody has abs. Every single one of you, there's 29 people watching. Wow. Every 29 people watching has abs. But for most people, including myself, there's a layer of fat that means you can't see them. And that's why when we lose body fat, we start seeing abs up here. Okay, but here's the thing. So sit-ups will grow your abs, definitely. But unless you're losing body fat, it's basically going to make your stomach look bigger because you're building muscle whilst you still got fat. So it's actually going to make your waist size bigger rather than smaller. So we want to target the core. So think about doing core work. It could be things like plank-based movements, Pilates type movements, rather than just going brutal for things like sit-ups, because ultimately not going to do anything unless you've got abs and you want to make them more defined. Really, it's probably the only solution. So do core work. It's going to make you more stable, it's going to make you stronger, and it's also going to make you stand taller, which also has the appearance of making you look leaner. But it's also going to like pull in sorry, that was me actually pulling in that area as well. So hope that helps. There's loads of good, it can be quite hard to activate your core. And there's a couple of visualization type things I can give you, but they make me laugh all the time, so apologies. The first one is if you've had a child and they told you to do your pelvic floor exercises, is focus on that kind of stopping the pee as you're peeing. Stop your pee. That's one way of doing it. That never really worked for me, other than showed me how to kind of stop my urethra from working. So another visualization that a Pilates instructor taught me was, imagine that there's a lift, there's an elevator, there's a lift that's going up into your cervix and you have to pull it up. I'm doing it right now, it's very awkward. You have to pull up that lift all the way up into your womb and into the bottom of your lungs, and you can feel it clenching all the way up. So that's an interesting one to do. And the other one is about imagining that you have a corset on and somebody's tightening it from the bottom up and you have to pull everything in. But both those cues do very different things for me, so you have to kind of figure out what works best for you. Okay, so hope that helps. Any other tips, hints, whatnot you have got that you can share with the ladies, always useful. And so hit me up below in the comments. I'm just scrolling through the comments here, see if we've got everything. There's 28 of you here now. Who's gone? Right, so no questions. If you have anything that you want to add it to the comments. Everybody can see these comments afterwards. This is going to be saved in the guides area with all the other trainings that we do as well. So key summary: cortisol, manage your stress; androgens, reduce your alcohol; increase your fibre; do core work, not sit-ups. Tracy, yes, it can. A C-section can impact your core. For a lot of women, it's more the skin and the fat rather than the inner work that's happened. Obviously, we can get the pouch. That tends to happen when we gain body fat and then we lose it, and we lose the elasticity in the skin and the collagen. So a wee collagen supplement, what I tend to say, we can improve the appearance. For some people, that overhang, if that's what you're talking about, that overhang might not ever go away. Genuinely, it might not ever go away. But for a lot of people, reducing body fat will help. Collagen can also help. That's another type of protein. And also body brushing on the skin can really help the appearance as well. And obviously making sure that you are super hydrated, 2.5-3 litres of water a day. It can really help with the appearance of the skin. So give them a try. Claire, I think that's what a mother's apron is. Not heard of that before. Okay, so yeah, that's me. Let me know what you want to hear from me, what you need, what you want. And And I'm happy to pull something together for you every Wednesday, live at 5. And the other thing is, I've done a lot of kind of mini consultations this week with ladies that are struggling, or ladies that just want to get moving one way or another and lose body fat for good. So if you are in a place that you interested in, not even interested in working with us, there's no obligation at all, it's not even a sales pitch, but if you do feel like you want a wee mini 15 minutes consultation about what's going on, then I am going to pop a wee link in the comments, which is to my calendar. 15 minutes. I've got a few spaces tomorrow and a few on Friday. And I'm happy to chat to you about what's going on and see what we can do, what advice I can give you. And yeah. So I'll pop the link in the comments. Book a time if you want. Don't book a time if you don't. Yeah, up to you. Rachel, Nari, any collagen supplements you recommend? I'm not going to prescribe because I don't know enough about you and I don't want to leave myself open to you going, that was shit. But I'll tell you what I have used in the past. So I use collagen for a skin, nails and hair point of view rather than for an increase in protein. I've used collagen tablets from MyProtein. Since when I started using them, I've always had really crap nails and I've bitten my nails and whatnot. And now these are my real nails, but they're overlaid. So, but yeah, my nails were incredible. My hair's always a riot, but it's pretty decent, especially now that I had it dyed last week. So just showing off the no grey hairs. And at the moment I'm using collagen peptides from Vital Protein, maybe. It's in a big blue tub and it's a wee bit more pricier. But yeah, they're the ones that I'm using. Don't know if you can, I'm not recommending them to you, but that's what I'm using. And I know if you are using any collagen supplements, ladies, just pop what you're using down below as well. It's not just me here. So yes, oh my God. Okay, right, my loves, I hope this has helped. Feedback, always welcome, put it below. Lovely to see you all here. Big numbers tonight, so brilliant. Have an awesome evening and speak to you all soon. Oh, Susan is kicking ass with her running. Kicking ass, good girl. Love it. Right, my love, be safe. Love you all dearly. Bye-bye.